Hey everyone, it's Chaos World here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I know my face is kind of cut off, but whatever. So today I'm just doing a general discussion. If you're here ready to fight, please leave this video. I'm not going to respond to any aggressive comments or anything like that. I'm just generally talking about experiences I've had. So a lot of people are always wanting to post if you're Proartist or pro recast, neutral, whatever. And as I said before, I'm not probably ever going to post a status or my business, anything like that. But I will probably never post myself as Proartist, and I don't like I need my own little corner, basically the corner that is being created with the little be yourself YouTube area. There's some on Instagram starting up now. One of those because as I said, maybe I've said this before, but I've seen other videos how pro artists are not associated with good things, which I'm not saying if you are pro artist that you're a terrible person. I'm just saying that they're not associated with good things. And from my experiences, I haven't had all my bullying experiences where I've been bullied is from a pro artist. From a pro artist. So that's why even buying legits and stuff, every time I buy a legit, I'm not going, oh, I bought a legit, support the artist, pro art. I'm not doing that because honestly, I don't identify with that group, if that makes any sense. I don't identify with them because I just associate it with bullying from my experiences. So now I'm just gonna talk about my experiences. So the first experience I've ever had bullying, I was brand spanking new to this hobby. I wasn't even a year, I wasn't even 6 months. So I had my first doll. Sorry about my voice. Still early in the morning. So I had my first doll, and she's a doll of Lindsay. Anyways, so I was trying to expand my collection, and I had a doll that I bought that I did not like. So at this time, there was no Instagram. There was only, that I knew of, there was only Tumblr, there was Flickr, and DOA. That's what I knew about. Oh, and there was YouTube too, but I never saw any sales on the YouTube. It was just mostly people talking, like one of these videos. So I didn't know how to sell this doll because I never saw sales posts on Flickr, and I was new, so I hadn't looked in a lot of spots, and I didn't have a Tumblr, and I didn't know how to get onto DOA. So I went to, I think you might have heard this story before, but I went to Recast Haven, and I used to be into Pulips, and they have a form, and you just chat, you do sales, you do whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be the same thing, and I can find out information on how, just stuff about the hobby, because I didn't know where to go, who to ask. So, and Asenva was just starting out when I joined, so she didn't have, she had a lot of videos about what is a BJD and what is sizing, which really helped me out, but she didn't have videos about how to sell, and I didn't know about Facebook at all, and I also didn't feel comfortable about joining groups on Facebook until I was later in the hobby. So I went on the forum, made an account, whatever, and then I started asking questions, because that's what you do in forums. You ask questions, you chat, So I was asking in a bunch of forums, how do I sell this doll? Because I really wanted to sell this doll. How do I sell this doll? What's DOA? How do you get on DOA? What's the difference between these type of bodies? I just started asking questions, hoping to get answers, because that's what I assume you do on forums. You ask questions and you talk and all that stuff. So I got like a flag from the moderator, and she said like, oh, like she wrote a big paragraph telling me how I'm selfish. I only think about myself because I haven't answered anybody else's posts, and ignorant because I had posted a sales question that apparently someone else had posted, which, like, I was new to the site. It was different from the forum I'm used to. I don't know how to dig through it, you know? Anyway, so she put like a huge paragraph of how I'm never going to be accepted in this hobby, and I'll never be able to have a DOA account, which in the future I did get a chance to get a DOA account. I just didn't go with it. Anyways, yeah, I'm never going to be accepted at DOA, and that, like, she just said all this mean stuff to me. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to leave now. So I just logged off, and I never went back because, like, it said like all of your welcome on it and all this stuff, so why would you put that? So then I went to an anonymous, I think it was like a Tumblr, like an anonymous question type thing, BJD. I have no idea if it was on, I don't remember the name, but I posted on that asking like, where do I sell this doll? Because I still needed guidance, I still needed help. So this same recast moderator went on that forum and saw my question, because I had posted the exact same question there about like DOA and where do I sell dolls and stuff like that. And then she put like my name, like, this is supposed to be anonymous. She put my like name onto it, and she's like, this person puts my name, is a well-known recast representative and seller of recast. And I'm just like, I literally just started this hobby. How am I a well-known recast distributor? Like, this was she was putting on this form. So like, I would be shunned by the hobby, obviously. Like, she wanted me to, you'll never get a DOA, you'll never be accepted. That's what she was doing. So like, I was pretty obviously hurt at the time, and as I said, I was new to the hobby. I was just in high school. I was like 15 turning 16, so like, what the frig, like. So I stopped. I just didn't do stuff in the hobby for a while, like I think like in maybe a year or so. So I was just like, I still played with my dolls and stuff, but I just didn't do anything in the hobby because that was freaking ridiculous. Later on the hobby, I think I saw it. I don't know if it's taken down now, but I sent a message saying this needs to be, like, when I got, as I said, when I got older, and like, because at the time I thought like, oh my god, like, this is who I am now. And I was just like, no, later on. So I was like, you need to take this down. And I said, I contacted the moderator of that anonymous thing, and I messaged them saying like, this person has like obviously exposed my identity, which you're not supposed to do, and this needs to be taken down because it's false, and like all that. So I think it did get taken down, and I also messaged the moderator who never responded. That's just later on that her actions were like, they weren't right, obviously. Like, you don't say that to like, you don't, like, you know, someone new in the hobby. Anyways, so that was my first bullying. And this person who was bullying me was actually a pro artist, apparently. Like, from what I heard. I don't know, but that's what I heard. Anyways, that was the first bullying experience I had, fresh out, just new in the hobby. So I have a little list over here so I don't get off track. So the next bullying thing I had is like, usually it was on Instagram. People, you know, people ask like, please repost my stuff. I'm trying to sell something, try to repost. And like, people who may be friends or so, if you guys ever wonder like, why do you never try to help me repost? It's because of this, and I don't want to be in this situation and like again. So I just thought like, I'm gonna try to help people with reposting. So I put, like, you know, I reposted their stuff. This is before the stories and stuff. So I reposted like people's sales videos or whatever, and some pro artists got mad because one of my friends in the hobby, she owns Recast. I think she still does. It doesn't matter to me. Anyway, she owns Recast. So I wanted to help her. She's my friend. So I reposted some of her stuff so she could get attention for it and, you know, get it out. That's the whole point. So this pro artist who used to own Recast herself, she's a gigantic hypocrite. Like, I actually can't stand her because she's a gigantic hypocrite. It's ridiculous. Anyways, she went on to go onto her forum. I didn't even know about it because I didn't even know who she was until like someone pointed it out. But she decided to like try to like drag me through the mud, going like, oh, this person is filthy and I don't associate with, because I reposted that, and I reposted like a couple of doll photos that people were like, please repost, and I guess one was hers. Whatever, I reposted one of hers, I guess, and she was like getting super mad because she's like, oh, I don't associate with Recast, and this, you reposted it and you're a bitch for reposting it, and like all this stuff about me. And all she could have did was just simply been like, please like take down your repost of it. I would have been fine with it. Like, I don't care. And like, she did put like take it down, but she like put it super aggressively and angrily. And I was in school at the time because I was young, as I told you. So I was in school. It was the middle of the day. I was in school. I posted in the morning and I was in school. So I didn't see it until like my lunch break. So yeah, by that point she'd already blown up everywhere saying like all this random shit about me. Sorry for the swearing. That like, this is why I don't understand why people do this. And like, anyways. So there was that. So I was like pretty hurt about it, and I told like my friend, because I was honestly trying to help like people by reposting, because people were asking to try to spread their sales. So I was honestly actually pretty hurt by this. So I told like a close friend about it, and she was like pretty pissed about it. And I think like they got into like a fight. I didn't ask her to do it, okay? I just told her what was happening because I was like hurt about it. And it didn't need to be put out all over Instagram. Like, as I said, it could just simply be like, please take it down. I just didn't see it right away because I was in school. So, yeah, so there was that. And then there was fighting, and she's like, oh, you guys will just attack me because I'm the pro artist and you shouldn't be attacking me, and everyone just finds it so easy to attack me when it should be her who's getting attacked, not me. And I was like, I don't deserve to be attacked. Like, yeah, so I was like pretty upset about that. And yeah, I was pretty like angry about it because like I didn't even get, like, everyone just like, people just started like attacking me and like saying all this stuff about me for like no reason. It didn't make any sense to me. So yeah, there was that. And they were saying like I said all this stuff about her when I don't say stuff about anybody. And I never had in the past. I don't do it now. So I don't know where people fabricate these lies. So yeah, that was another bullying experience. So that's why I don't repost. And that was another pro artist like fight that I was in, which like I didn't want to be in this fight. I got pulled into it, and I wasn't even trying to. I tried to dissipate things quietly. Anyways, so that was another thing. So I was just like, okay, I don't really, because the way she was trying to get support for how she was angry was, but like, rally my pro artists, rally, attack this girl. Like, no. Like, I know there's obviously some nice pro artists out there who don't like drama and stuff like that. Like, I know. But that's another reason why I personally wouldn't, even though I support artists, I'm not going to put myself out there as one, because I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want any person being rally pro artist, tap this person. I'm not being part of that. So there's that. So there was another one where, this is about, and not, since I say I'm not posting any statuses about being pro recast or neutral or pro artist. So there's someone who's like, I need to know every person, because I honestly, for years, we've had good interactions. We'd watch each other's videos, follow each other on Instagram and talk, and like it was fine. So she suddenly got mad and she was like, I am a pro artist. And I was like, okay, good for you. And she was like, everyone who I've been associated with, you need to tell me your status now. And I was just like, no. No. So she was so, like, the thing is, she got super mad and was like, another rally, my pro artist rally type thing. And then, like, she blocked me because I wouldn't post my status, or wouldn't post the status of all my dolls and all that dumb crap. So, yeah. So I was kind of hurt by that. And then I was trying to, like, talk to, like, her, and, like, she blocked me off of, like, YouTube. And then I was trying to talk to her on Instagram and, like, a couple of, like, friends, mutual friends, and then they all like shunned me for not putting pro artist in my name, or putting like, I don't know what they expect from me. I'm not doing it. That's all. So that was another experience. I was kind of hurt because I lost a friend who I had been talking to for years over her revelation of, I'm not talking to anybody who doesn't post themselves as a pro artist. Like, now I think about it, I'm like, okay, that was really dumb, and I didn't really need that friend anyway, because the fact that we talked for years and you don't want to talk to me anymore because of that, it's just dumb. So I guess in a way it's good that that person is out of my life. But yeah, that was another experience that I had. And this one, this is also when I was really new. I had Resin Soul, I had Doll Love. They're not considered super expensive dolls. I was trying to talk to some pro artists because, you know, you get senpais and stuff. I don't really have senpais anymore because, like, senpais kind of break your heart. Sorry, but it's true. So, from, like, experiences, so, like, I don't really have senpais. I have people's dolls who I like, but I don't have doll senpais. When I was, like, first in the hobby, I did have, like, oh my god, this person's goals, but, like, you know. So, anyways, so I was trying to talk to these, like, well-known people, because everyone says, oh, just because, like, I'm popular doesn't mean, like, I can't talk to you, know? So, or they put a question, like, what do you think of this? So I was actually trying to put my contribution, but they were kind of, like, talking down to me and, like, being mean to me because I had cheaper dolls. So, like, I have legit dolls, but now you're talking down to me and acting snobbish because they're cheaper. You can't win. You can't win. So I was, like, bullied about that because I had cheaper dolls. I was like one of those, like, I think I was, like, talking about, like, an outfit, and someone was like, oh, well, you know, when you get a more expensive doll, you'll be able to appreciate putting, like, the money into a nice dress, something like that. And, like, oh, I guess it's okay to have, you know, those handmade raggy-daggy clothes for, you know, a cheaper doll type thing. And it's like, once again, makes no sense. So yeah, there was that. So I had that experience. This is again with Proartist. They had, like, the label Proartist, and yeah, they're bullying me because I had cheaper dolls. And also, I was made fun of. This is not just, I think this was Proartist. I think it wasn't just Proartist. That I think it might have been a few, like, recast people, but for Instagram, this whole, like, non-following, people get angry if you don't follow them back type thing. And it's like not even like that. It's no personal offense. It's just like, say you do wig commissions. I have never bought a wig commission. I buy my wigs pre-made. That's how I like it, because I don't like to wait. Because I already have to wait for it to ship. I don't want to wait months on top of it for it to be made. I'm not a job at anyone. That's just personal preference. So like, say you do wig commissions and all you post is your wig commissions on your Instagram. Yeah, you like my stuff, you follow me. I personally, it's not going to do anything for me to follow you back. So I won't follow back, because seeing just wigs all in my feed doesn't do anything for me. Like, saying when people post their like wigs every once in a while, I don't get angry, but like if all I see is just wig, like it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I want to enjoy following in the content, you know? So I have at least at least 5 people who got mad over that and like blocked me over it. And I was just like, okay, it doesn't make any sense. And then one person in particular, I'm not saying names or exposing anyone, got really, really angry because I unfollowed them. But the thing is, I didn't unfollow them because of their content. I unfollowed them because they tried to scam me. So yeah, they tried to scam me, and they were being really super unfair. So I unfollowed, obviously. And they got super mad about it and started talking trash. I don't know how many people, but one of those people came back to me and said, okay, they're saying all this stuff about you. So yeah, they started saying all this mean stuff about me, and I was just like, what the frig? Like, doesn't make any sense. And the person who messaged me, they're saying like, when I heard they're saying that all this mean stuff about you, it didn't make sense, because when we talk, we always have pleasant conversations. I'm like, exactly. I don't say mean stuff about people. So yeah, so I had to block this person, obviously, because I didn't want them trying to come for me. And then I think like maybe 2 years later, they came back and were like apologizing type thing. So I like tried to make amends, but then they started kind of acting weird again. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to cut this bridge. So I blocked them again, and I haven't tried to talk to them since. Then the last thing, which is kind of a touchy subject, I've talked about how things are going too far with the shaming and the bullying. So this is a bullying experience I had, which was like basically like a racial thing, which I don't understand. As I said in the previous video, I don't understand why you're trying to bring race into this. This is like about the dolls. Stop it. So basically there was this Proartist girl who was like showing off like, oh my god, I got my doll. I don't even remember the company, and it's just a shit, this and that. I was actually nice to this person, like, congrats on like your doll or whatever. And she's like, I'm starting on YouTube. And I'm like, great, like I'll watch your videos. As I said, again, I like to be nice anyways. So she was like kind of saying, like, I did make a video about it, but then like this is where the bullying part came. She made like kind of like an offensive video, like towards like people of color. So I did message, and I was telling her that like what you posted was offensive. Like, I didn't go like, you need to da-da-da-da. No, I just said like, you should know what you posted, it's offensive. That's it. That's, like I said, like, I just thought you should know, because she didn't understand why she was getting backlash. So I'm like, what you posted was offensive. Like, so she got like super mad about it, and like she went off the rails on it and took things out of proportion, and was trying to like blame people of color, that saying like, you guys are being dumb for being like offended. And it's like so then she had like a little group of racist people come and try to because I was like, because I wasn't the only one who thought it was offensive. There were some other quieter people, so that's why I brought it to her attention that what you put was kind of offensive. Like for me, I would have just blocked and moved along, but there were some people who were genuinely getting really upset. That's why I said something. So like her little racist gang started coming in on my Instagram and ish, and like my YouTube, and like saying all this like really stuff, like rude stuff, like trying to say like, oh, you shouldn't even be having a doll with like your big old lips and your nappy ass hair and shit like that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, you need to stop. So basically, I reported and did a lot of blocking, and that was the end of that. And then like, yeah, so I did a lot of reporting and blocking, and that was the end of that. And I'm pretty sure this person, like, I think I saw something of theirs floating around. So I think it was like a post saying like they're leaving the hobby or something like that. And I was just like, well, yeah. So I guess I think that one was like the hardest bullying experience I had, because like, I don't know, like one of the realities of life is when you're a person of color, you have racist moments that you got to deal with. But it was just like the abundance of people at like coming together to attack me for my color. And in modern day, it's not like it's freaking 2000 or something. It was like, I think it was like 2015 or something like that when this happened. So like, what the frig? Like, it doesn't make, like, yeah, I was more disappointed, I guess, for the experience than like hurt. I was just disappointed. Like, really? You're really bringing that into your argument? I was like, yeah, it was that. Anyways, so that is my bullying experiences and why I don't label myself. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my experiences, and if you ever want to share your bullying experiences, you don't have to talk about the whole labeling thing, because I know it's a touchy subject, but if you want to like talk about it, and also if like you're new, you get to see, and you're watching this video, you get to see that like bullying experience. You're lucky if you don't experience a bullying experience, but like when you're in the hobby for a long time, you're probably gonna get a nasty comment or like a bullying moment or something like that, and it's okay. You can bounce back, you can move on, and then just look back on it and just shrug your shoulders, or maybe laugh at it or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.